Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Robinson, and we're going to continue our study with these lines I see. What type of lines are these? Well, they form four angles, and I notice there's a point of intersection right here in the middle. So, looks like a letter X, so I guess I better press this. Oh, intersecting lines. All right. So, we're going to talk about those angles that are formed, which are called vertical angles. Vertical angles are two non-adjacent angles formed by intersecting lines and are congruent. This is the symbol for congruent. It has an equal sign with that little tilde on top. So congruent means about equal to. Note, the segments intersect and form the letter X. So it's going to look like an X somehow. Here's a little star. Opposite angles are congruent. So opposite angles are equal in value. So angle 1, here's angle 1 up here, is equal to or congruent to angle 3. So I notice they're opposite of each other, and the value means that they're equal to each other. Angle 2 is opposite angle 4, and they are also congruent. So angle 2 is equal to 4. So the opposite angles are congruent. So that's an important word to know, congruent. So here's an example. Angles A and B are vertical angles, whose measures are angle A is 2x, angle B is 100. Find the value of x. So let's see. Angle B, they said, was equal to 100. So angle A says it's equal to 2x, but I know based on the definition that these are vertical angles, and vertical angles are opposites are equal. So that means this angle has to be 100 also. So angle A has got to be 100. But they said angle A was equal to 2x. So we have to solve that for x. So we have 100 is equal to 2x. Well, we could divide both sides by 2. So let's just divide by 2. Both sides. My 2's cancel out. And x equals 50. I have just solved this for x. So my answer would be 50. X is equal to 50. So the measure of angle A, and the M stands for the measure of. That's how we write it. The angle sign or less than sign for the angle. So the measure of angle A is congruent to the measure of angle B. 2x equals 100, which is what we did over here. Divide by 2 both sides. 2's cancel out. X is equal to 50 degrees. Nice job. Here's one for you. Angles A and B are vertical angles. There's A, there's B, whose measures are A is equal to 35 and B is equal to 5x. Can you find the value of x? So I'll let you play with that one in your spare time. Here's another one, a little more challenging. Angles A and B are vertical angles whose measures are A is equal to 10x. So A is equal to 10x. B is equal to 60. B is equal to 60. So find the measure of angle 4. So we want to find the measure of angle 4. So we better fill in a little bit of information here. I know A is equal to 10x, so I won't use that right now because it has the x. I'm interested in the numbers. So B is equal to 60 degrees. So angle B is equal to 60 degrees. Now angle A would be also 60 degrees. I know it says 10x. I could solve that for x. But they're interested in angle 4. So how would I get angle 4? Well, I have an idea. I know that angle B and angle 4 are adjacent to each other. They're sharing this side right here. And they are also two angles that are on a straight line. Since they're sharing this side, they have to be supplementary angles. In other words, angle B plus angle 4 have to add up to 180 degrees. So since the measure of angle B is 60, it's adjacent to angle 4, which makes it supplementary, 180. So angle B plus angle 4 equals 180. Well, I know angle B was 60, so plus angle 4 has to add up to 180. So now all I have to do is figure out 60 plus what is equal to 180. Well, why don't I just do the opposite, 180 minus 60, and that'll give me the answer, and that's 120. So angle 4 has got to be 120. So I found the value of angle 4, 120 degrees. So angle B plus angle 4 is 180 degrees because we know that they're supplementary. And subtract 60 from both sides, 180 minus 60 will give us the measure of angle 4. The measure of angle 4 is 180 degrees. I noticed they didn't ask us to solve for x, but we could have solved for x if we wanted to, because we know angle A is equal to 60 degrees, and we would have 10x equals 60. And we would divide both sides by 10, so x would equal to 6. So that's a little extra work they did not ask for, but we solved it anyway because we know that trick. So the opposites are equal. And I even know if this angle down here, angle 4 is 120, then its opposite up here should be 120. And later on, they're going to teach you about something that's interesting, where you have these angles that are opposite each other and more than one set of lines, parallel lines, and you're going to see some interesting things that opposites are equal all over the place. Can't wait till we get to that. So our answer for the measure of angle 4 was 120 degrees. Check your understanding, see if you understand so far. If you have any questions, write them down, bring them in tomorrow. I'll be glad to help you out. Here's a question that you can work on. Measure of angle A and B. Angles A and B are vertical angles whose measures are A is equal to 7x minus 35. Angle B is equal to 4x plus 7. Find the measure of angle B. Angle A is equal to 7x minus 35. Angle B is equal to 4x plus 7. They didn't give us any numbers to deal with like they usually do. That's going to be different. Well, let's take a look. What do I know? Angle A is equal to angle B. If angle A is 7x minus 35, angle B is equal to 4x plus 7. So why don't I get the 35s on the other side by adding 35 to both sides? My 35 will cancel out on the left side, leaving me with just 7x. 35 plus 7 is 42, and I have the 4x I bring down. And now I get the 4x, I want to get that to this side, so I'm going to use the additive inverse of 4x, which is minus 4x on both sides. So I'm transposing over. I'll have 7x minus 4x, which will give me 3x on this side. My 4x minus 4x canceled out, leaving me with the positive 42. And I have 3x equal 42. If I divide by 3, x is equal to 14. So I solved for x, but I noticed they said solve for angle, find the measure of angle B. So I know x is 14. Angle B says it's equal to 4x plus 7. Well, I remember we can substitute for angle B and put 4 times 14 plus 7. So angle B would be 4 times 14, which is 56, plus 7 is 63. So angle B is equal to 63 degrees, and that means angle A is also equal to 63 degrees as well. So that was a tricky question, So we haven't done that type of problem where we have variables on both sides of the equal sign. But we do know that vertical angles, the opposites are equal. So this x value would equal that x value. So it's just a matter of getting all the numbers to one side and the variables to the other side to solve. So that's a good problem. Here's one for you to solve. So angle A and B are angles whose measures are 7x plus 35 and angle B is 75. Find the measure of angle A. So we want to find angle A. Well, we got angle B, that's 75. Now we got a number, so we're in business. But wait a minute, they're not across from each other. I notice they're next to each other. Hopefully you remember how to deal with numbers that are how to deal with angles that are right next to each other, sharing a common side. So check for your understanding. If you have questions, bring them in. I'll be glad to answer them in class. So I hope you got something out of it. Bring your questions in, and tomorrow we'll get a chance to answer them. See you tomorrow. Bye.